Welcome to At the Table,
where we are connecting entrepreneurs, discovering missions, and building communities with purpose, body, soul, mind, and business with
Charlie
and Heather with Free Time Solutions.
Hello and welcome to the table. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And it's Monday.
Of course it's Monday. It's our favorite day of the week where we like to come together with a couple of books we've read and talk about the ideas in the books and how they pertain to our personal and business lives.
Yeah, and then we're choosing and deciding how we show up every week. Ooh. So much power for yourself in that moment of choosing and deciding.
That seems to be the theme of the week this week.
Absolutely.
Just choosing and deciding what is right for us, what is right for our business, where we're going from here. And where we're going from here is this week we've got the Voice of Knowledge. We're on chapter 2.
It's so good. I'm really grateful that we have such a good foundation in his teachings now, that when we talk about it, it's not so foreign to us anymore.
I don't think I could have started with the Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel Ruiz. I definitely recommend the Four Agreements as a good foundation place to start with his reading. But because like the Voice of Knowledge, the one we read last, The Mastery of Love, is like in addition to.
Right. It takes it the concepts even deeper. And really, and the more you've done the work with yourself, the deeper you want to go. So it fits with where we're at in our journey.
I have heard that he's getting some more books coming out.
Ooh.
Right. So really excited about that. And now Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. is also writing books.
Nice. That's fantastic.
As I'm seeing, but this week, oh my gosh, he talks about this experience he had with a visit with his grandfather when he was a teenager. His grandfather was a wise man, right? People would go to him for advice. He was like a shaman in the area. And what he learned from his grandfather changed the trajectory of his life forever.
Do you have anybody like that in your life?
Right.
Like just like seeking out those people of wisdom. I love it.
So the points to ponder this week is we'll talk about, because this kind of sums up the whole chapter. At the end of each chapter, there's points to ponder. If you want to listen to the whole chapter,
head on over to yesterday
and listen to that there
every Sunday.
Yeah,
Charlie drops the reading so that you can be prepared and be part of the conversation if you'd like.
Points to ponder this week is: there is a conflict in the human mind between the truth and what is not the truth, between the truth and lies. The result of believing in the truth is goodness, love, happiness. The result of believing and defending lies is injustice and suffering, not only in society, but also in the individual.
So I think we should say it a little slower and just like, so where was it? Between the truth and what is not truth. So doing the simple name test, which we've talked about before, where you put your hand on your chest and you say your name, you put your hand on yourself and you say someone else's name, and you can feel the difference of what is truth and resonates with you. So that is where the awareness starts, right?
Right. And what is the truth for one person might not be the truth for someone else. And that's part of what he talks about in this chapter. So I'll go on. All of the drama humans suffer is the result of believing in lies, mainly about ourselves.
Ouch.
Right?
Like, just like taking those things personally, right? It's right in the Four Agreements. It's the root of the cause of the suffering.
Yeah. The first lie we believe is, I am not. I am not the way I should be. I am not perfect. The truth is that every human is born perfect because only perfection exists.
Oh, right? Wow.
So believe in your own perfection because you are perfect. right now, just the way you are. How
Just the
cool
way
is that?
you are. Okay.
Next we humans have no idea what we really are, but we know what we are not. We create an image of perfection, a story about what we should be, and we begin to search for a false image. The image is a lie, but we invest our faith in that lie. Then we build a whole structure of lies to support it. What story does this remind you of? This reminds me of the story, like, if you grew up in the church, right, you've heard the story of the false idols,
Yes.
right? And the gold false idols, and everybody was like worshiping this false idol. This is the same thing.
Right. You've made these lies up to support the story.
Yeah.
You found enough truth in a lie to convince yourself that what you're telling yourself is true.
Ooh.
This is one of those things where like my son can tell someone's lying and he'll be like, they're lying to me. And I will say to him, actually, I think they're just lying to themselves. And that's something they have to work on.
Because they're convincing themselves, right?
Right. And that's one of the hardest things to do, is to look in the mirror and be truthful with yourself.
Yeah.
And then to live in your own truth.
Boom.
Game changers.
Faith is a powerful force in humans. If we invest our faith in a lie, that lie becomes truth for us. But if we believe we are not good enough, then thy will be done. We are not good enough. But if we believe we will fail, because that is the power and magic of our faith.
Yeah.
And as he's going through these different concepts, I see that reflected in the teachings that I had as a child in the church in such a different way.
Right.
The faith as tiny as a mustard seed.
Right.
Have a little faith in me. Now I'm breaking down the song. Humans can perceive truth with our feelings, but when we try to describe the truth, we can only tell a story that we distort with our words. The story may be true for us, but that doesn't mean it is true for anyone else.
Each experience is our own experience.
And what the truth of it is that's from us, right? Yeah. All humans are storytellers with their own unique point of view. When we understand this, we no longer feel the need to impose our story on others or defend what we believe. Instead, we see all of us as artists with the right to create our own art. How beautiful is that?
Yay, we are artists.
But when you realize the way somebody is reacting to you, or the way they are ask yourself the question, is this bothering me because it's a reflection of myself? Or is this bothering me because it's a reflection of, are they reflecting something off of me?
Right. Am I seeing this because something that they're doing is causing me to react inside? And that's where we get curious, right? We're not judging ourselves in that moment.
It's that curiosity.
Always staying curious.
What this is about.
Ooh, where did that come from?
Right.
Instead of being reactionary.
Right.
That's the power of choice.
It's really cool when you actually take the time to ask yourself those questions, like, where is this coming from? And sometimes talking it out in tears with a friend.
It happens, right?
And there's just a very loving place of awareness that we come from when we talk about these things with each other. Like, I'm having a hard time with you being late because this is how it makes me feel, and this is what it reminds me of, because it's my reaction is about me,
right?
And I need to figure out what that is.
And I'm late because I'm dealing with my own reaction to my own self, not because of anything to do with you.
Nothing to do
right?
with me.
Like, it's like, ooh, wow, we didn't know these things about ourselves. And then we're like, oh, man,
Oh.
I love you.
But then we felt like, I really feel like a lot better.
I do too. Like
Yeah.
there's this awareness of just because for myself,
Mhm.
of just because I can't hear what my itty bitty shitty committee is saying doesn't mean it's not there.
Mhm.
Like I have told them they need to shut it, and I've like put them in a locker.
But they're still there poking.
But they're
us.
still there poking, right?
He's touching me. He's touching me.
Right? They're still
Yeah.
there. So they're still trying to get in. And so
Yes.
sometimes I gotta really face one and so I can kick it off, right?
Exactly. And I feel like
That goes right into the
if
we never
you-
planned that.
if you know what your truth is, it makes this piece so much easier.
Right. If you've done that work
Uh-huh.
and you're there. Otherwise, this could be really a hard chapter if
And what
this
is
was the
that?
only thing you're doing.
What is that chapter?
Mm.
How to build your own confidence. Yeah, because guess what? Nobody else can do it but you.
Nobody else looks in the mirror, but
You are responsible for yourself. My favorite part in here is the section in the middle where she talks about the 4 myths about confidence you may have to unlearn. And this is just
well, she's talking about the things that we as a society kind of have bred into us.
the lies that we
The
have.
lies that we as a culture have given us.
Mhm.
And you know, because these are qualities we don't want to have.
Right.
So in order to keep us passive, they've said that confidence is these things that
Mhm.
they're not.
Right.
So
Confidence is not arrogance. She starts here. The difference between arrogance and confidence is other people. It's confident to say, I'm good. It's arrogant to say, I'm better than anyone else, or worse, I'm better than you. Ooh, that feels gross, right?
yeah.
So yeah, the fact that we are taught, especially as women, that a confident woman is an arrogant woman,
Mhm.
right? Confidence is arrogance. If you have confidence, you're automatically an a-hole, you know, and what does that look like?
And I always like to come back to what story is that from? And I feel like that is from that unhealed person's point of
It
view.
is definitely
right?
from that unhealed person.
So when I'm facing these, I'm like, ooh, that story was from that unhealed society. I like in my head, this is so funny. I've never shared this. It's like the 80s. So back in the 80s, they would have done this. They wouldn't do it now. Right? Like that's kind of like where I put it. Like, okay, we didn't know better, right? Because it's not a blame game, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's a learning
But we know
opportunity.
better now. So that's how I see it. I'll categorize it as a past tense thing. Sherry.
Confidence is not boastfulness.
Right.
So she talks about the truth is that boastfulness and confidence are really a matter of opinion, of expectations, and of custom. If, like me, you were raised by people who put a high value on modesty, then saying the slightest thing about how good or successful you are might feel like the world's biggest breach of etiquette to you, as it often does me. If you were raised with different values or in a different culture, it might feel completely natural. Her favorite example of this is the incomparable South African singing group, Lady Blacksmith Black Mambazo, who ended every performance, and I can't say it in Swahili because it's in here. I tried on the reading, you'll hear it. But the translation of it is, we hereby proclaim that we are the best at singing in this style. And that same group frequently participated in a a cappella harmony singing competition until they won so many times that they weren't allowed to compete anymore. They're like, no, you're good. Like you're good.
We got to leave other people.
We got to give other
try.
people an opportunity to shine too, right? So is it boasting or is it confidence? It's
You get to
decide.
decide for yourself.
Yeah. You get to decide for yourself what's confidence and what's boasting, right? And
I always feel like
what that looks like to you.
boastfulness is like when you're taking it to the fish was 20 feet long.
When you're exaggerating.
Right. When you take it to that exaggeration, I feel like
Mhm.
I've always felt like that
That's-
puts it into that boastfulness energy.
Right.
But when you're just like honestly sharing, I can't believe how far we've gotten.
Right.
Can you believe it? Like, what? Like, you should be able to share that. Like,
Right.
you're working hard for something.
Mhm.
That should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where
That's
feels
kind of,
where it feels for me,
Mhm.
right?
And also confidence is not bad karma.
Ooh.
I felt this one, right? There's a serious problem with the notion that too much confidence equals bad karma and that modesty equals good karma. The problem was on full display in 2014 when Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella basically put his foot in his mouth because he was speaking at a women's conference, and the question was asked his advice for women in tech who felt uncomfortable asking for a raise. And his answer was, it's not really about asking for the raise, but knowing and having faith that the system will actually give you the right raises as you go along, he answered, which was inaccurate. It's inaccurate, right? It's scientifically proven that if you ask for a raise, you're more likely to get one.
So
Right.
how do we get to the point that we're confident?
Right. So
Yeah.
He wrote a book later called Hit Refresh, in which he said, in some ways, I'm glad I messed up in such a public forum because it helped me confront an unconscious bias that I didn't know I had. So I feel like that's the learningness, the willingness to learn, right?
Right.
The willingness to learn and grow. And then,
and I think
good
too,
things will still happen.
As we might see this in conversations around racism,
Mm-hmm.
like around equality in work, like
Mm-hmm.
these are those kind of situations that are open for an opportunity for learning.
Right.
So
and I feel like there's a lot of misconstrued information about a lot of different topics because the person, one side or the other, isn't willing to learn. Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes both. Right.
And so, but it doesn't, bad karma doesn't come from being confident.
Bad karma does not come from being confident. Confidence won't make people hate you.
I think we think that as women.
We totally get in our head about, oh, if I'm confident, I'm going to look arrogant.
Right? We start labeling ourselves, or I'll stand out, or I won't stand out. Like all of those go into that. Like,
I think about that. If I am confident, I'm not going to stand out, or I will stand out because of my confidence. And I'm thinking about how that makes me feel. And it feels both scary, right? And exciting.
Right.
Because
and my vision of it is as I feel more confident, so are those around me feeling more confident, right? So we all rise together. Ooh. I like it when I get the goosebumps. Right. So when we're all not taking things personally,
when we're holding our core agreement,
right.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
that's really good.
It does.
The exercises she has us try this week are really good. The first one is, why not me?
just like the opportunity to journal this out.
Mhm.
Like she says to grab a piece of paper, and I think that that is important because you kinesthetically are going to write it out.
Mhm.
So just thinking of that, like it's a kinesthetic movement process that your body needs to go through to move energy. You have to create some sort of movement.
Mhm.
That is why there's a writing process.
Mhm.
So get your journal out. Okay.
Get your journal.
I
I
do.
am just as bad about journaling as the next person, but I am
It
trying.
doesn't matter what you journal on. You can flip over the scratch paper
I know.
and write on the back of it,
I have
right?
doodles.
Right. Well, it's a really good
Thanks,
doodle.
myself.
But I literally I've taken envelopes, whatever you have around you to put that energy
Into
instead of holding on to it.
Okay.
Just
But
better
ask
for you.
yourself, why not you? Why
Yeah.
not you? Why not you? And guess what? If it's
Love this.
your dream to reach the next piece, why not you? Why the hell not?
We might not have hit live on Facebook and Instagram if we had got stuck right there. Why not us?
I think we have been asking ourselves the same question for the last 2 years. And it has propelled us forward every single day. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
What's the worst that could happen? Right? Why not? Number 2 of the exercises to try this week are expand your comfort zone.
So hard.
This is where you grow.
Oh.
It is hard. She talks about public speaking as an example, right? Because that's like a general example, but it's also a really big deal for a lot of people. And that is something
me
that
too. Yeah,
I know that
absolutely.
we want to do. We get really nervous when we're talking in front of people, guys.
This is so much easier for us. We're very comfortable right here with you guys. Thank you for creating this spot.
We
like,
weren't
and
at
joining us.
first.
No, we would have almost panic attacks.
She would throw up on occasion.
Yeah,
It was the whole thing.
definitely. It was something I knew I needed to do, but I had to move a lot of energy to keep doing it.
Mhm.
And then the growth in myself, I'm so glad we said yes.
I hate no.
Yeah. What are you gonna do today that you'll thank yourself
What
for?
are you gonna do today? That's a great place to
Yeah.
leave it. What are you gonna do today to thank yourself for next week?
Future self will thank you for.
Write it in your
Sometimes
journal.
it's future self thanks me for working on that project so much. I didn't know we were so far along.
Self.
Self. Don't forget to thank yourself when you find something cool like that. You're like, what a relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a funny tip there too.
What?
So before you're going to have a night of partying, one should set up water and maybe your headache medicine of choice so that when you wake up the next day, your past self can say thank you, or your future self can say thank you to your past self for taking care of you already. Right.
There's other little tips like that too.
Yeah,
She's just using partying for fun,
right?
right?
Right. I am. I'm just being silly.
I love the idea that we get to come together every week and talk about all these things, and you guys get to watch us learn and grow along the way. These books, we didn't plan it this way, but they're really going right along with what's actually happening in our real lives.
Well, they always say what you focus on.
Yeah.
Right. So we are focused on the things that are happening, that we're reading about, and working through those things and how our lives are happening. It's like the perfect alignment.
Yeah. Couldn't be more
so
awesome.
Using our intuition and picking our books at the beginning of the year was phenomenal. So thank you, past selves.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us today for Mindset Monday. I hope you have an awesome, amazing, abundant week ahead, because I know I will. And don't forget to tune in on Friday for an interview from a wonderful, amazing lady like you. We'll see you next time. Namaste.
As entrepreneurs, we have a unique opportunity to make a positive impact in the world around us. In a time when the world is shifting towards supporting local businesses and embracing community-driven initiatives, it becomes even more important for us to give where our heart leads us. At the table, we believe in the power of giving back, and that's why we have our cause of the quarter. This quarter, we are proud to support Perfect Pals, a local organization dedicated to rescuing and providing care for stray cats in our community. By supporting local causes like Perfect Pals, we not only make a difference in the lives of those in need, but we also contribute to the growth and well-being of our local community. We believe in small acts of kindness, and they can create a ripple effect of positivity, inspiring others to do the same. As we shift our focus solely from supporting large corporations to championing local businesses and giving back, we not only strengthen our community, but we also foster a sense of connection and unity. Together, we can create a thriving ecosystem where everyone can flourish. So let's follow our hearts and give where it truly matters. Join in supporting Perfect Pals and making a difference in the lives of these furry companions. Together we can make our community a better place, one act of kindness at a time. Thank you for being part of our journey and for embracing the spirit of giving together. Let's create a brighter future for all. Are you tired of juggling endless tasks, struggling to find time for what truly matters? We have the solution for you. Introducing Free Time Solutions, your ultimate partner in reclaiming your time and maximizing your potential. At Free Time Solutions, we specialize in helping businesses like yours thrive in a digital world. From social media management to website optimization and branding, we have the expertise to elevate your online presence and streamline your operations. Imagine having time to focus on what you love to do while we take care of your business. With our dedicated team of experts and innovative solutions, we leave you free to pursue your passions and achieve your goals. Whether you are a small business owner, entrepreneur, freelancer, we offer comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Our goal is simple: to give you back time, freedom to do what you do best while we handle the rest. So join us at the table and let Free Time Solution empower you to take control of your time and unlock your full potential. Visit our website at www.yourfreetimeback.com. That's www.yourfreetimeback.com to learn more and schedule your consultation today. Free Time Solutions, your partner in success. Let's make the most of your free time together. Thank you for joining us at the table. Stay tuned for weekly readings on Sunday, Mindset Monday discussing our weekly readings on Monday, and on Friday, our interview and potentially guest hosts. Stay tuned.
Thank you for joining in on the fun. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.